Hello.你好。
赛老师是吧？我之前在微信上跟他联系的。
哦，是吗？
然后他Yolanda，然后第一次来。
哦，好的，好的，好的。Have a seat。坐。
这是11年级对吧
？Yes， 是的，11年级。
他现在是上10年级，然后
哦。
班是有3D 的，所以就是讲的有一些就是11年级的 NCEA Level 1的那种。
好。OK， 还不随便坐。
随便坐。有人吗？
没有人吗？
没有。
Guys, first we need to double check some question I designed. Okay, here. .6:30。
那因为我回来接。
Okay, guys. First, we need to revise sine rule, cosine rule. Using cosine rule, to find two possible values of BC. Cosine rule we have here. Check what do we have for cosine rule? A squared equals B squared C squared 2BC cos A. B squared equals A squared C squared C squared. That's the cosine rule. Okay? And this cosine rule here is called the little a. Here is called the little b. Here is called the little c. So the question like, we need to calculate little a. We got 3 formula. 1, 2, 3. Which one we use? These 3 formula, you can just say one formula. Mickey, which one we use?
First one.
Oh, if we try the first one, you got a squared, so just x squared equals b squared 6 squared c squared 10 squared 2 times 6 times 10. What's a? We don't have it. You don't have x. You don't have big A. We cannot do it.
Use the second one.
Oh,
yeah.
Very good. Let's try the second one. The second one, we have B, which is 6. We have A just x, C just 10. A just x, C just 10. Cosine B. A, Nikki, using the second one, how many unknowns in the equation?
1, 2,
Only x is the unknown. If it's the first one, you got both x and big A. So everybody try to solve number 2. If you use calculator, I can tell you the value. Cos 30 2 cos 30. Yes. I got so many pencils. Guys, try to solve the question. Okay. Okay. The right one.
Right one.
Okay.
Cosine 30 is 0.5, right?
No.
No. 0.8. So that's sine 30. Yes.
This one equals 17.32.
Okay.
Calculator, huh? That's the equation. Which one?
Cosine root. Oh, I mean cosine.
Yes.
Okay.
No sign here.
So they use because it's called no.
So this one just revise cosine rule. Okay.
So they use quadratic formula.
We have to.
In this case, the old quadratic.
Everybody need to memorize this formula. This formula is year 10, year 11. Negative B.
I can write it on paper, but I can't say someone else would just quadratic formula on my graph. Maybe it's a plus sign. You can see when I write down, it's like
Sam,
Hmm?
when do you know when? How do you know when to use the cosine or sine rule?
The question asks you use cosine rule.
What if it doesn't ask?
do we
Then you can do any.
minus 4 is
You can do any method you can work out. Of course, you have to do a method you can work out.
so it's like 40.
Okay.
They can just do quadratic. Yeah.
So quadratic formula: A just 1, B just negative 17.32, C just 64.
So x1 equals negative x1 equals negative 5.34 and x2 equals negative 11.97 or 98 rounded.
Just copy from Oran. What's your value? If I need a 3SF, what's your value?
Negative 5.34.
Negative.
Yeah, it says negative. My computer's
You got something wrong.
calculator's dumb, I think. Oh no, yeah, it's a positive. It's getting the positive here. So it'll be 5.34 and 11.97 or 98.
11.97 something. 3SF, what's the answer?
That would be 12.0.
Yes. We use this one, revise the cosine rule and quadratic formula. Quadratic formula.
Oh, so what are they? This is negative.
Quadratic formula, very important.
That's not. Yeah, that's not.
Okay.
What's the chance?
If you didn't learn quadratic formula or you forgot quadratic formula, copy down and memorize it. Quadratic formula is for solving equation ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. We got this formula.
Can I bring this calculator to exam?
No. Oh, you can.
Why?
If the teacher don't say anything.
Last time I
If it's
thought
not a
the teacher
graphic,
didn't say anything.
You're not allowed to. What? No, you're not allowed.
My teacher did not if I didn't use it.
Okay.
You can.
In formal Cambridge exam, you cannot use it.
Graphing calculator, that's what it has to be like. You can't use
Hello, guys.
any calculator except for-
Jonathan asked a very good question. Jonathan said about which rule. For example, we still need to work out the BC, but you cannot use cosine rule. You cannot use sine rule. How we do it? Yes. You can only do SOHCAHTOA and Pythagoras. But Oren told us 2 weeks ago, maybe last week, if you need a SOHCAHTOA, we have to make a right angle triangle. So calculate number 1, number 2, number 3.
What's that? Let's get it. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hey, we need to calculate number 1, number 2, number 3. Guys, our class on homework always automatically like the question we discussed in the class. If you need more, check the PDF I give you. Yeah, we cannot use sine rule, cosine rule, which means we just jump to NCEA level 1. What's number 1? Sine 30 degree equals 1 over 10. Cos 30 degree equals 3 over 10. Number 1 squared, number 2 squared equals 6 squared. Hey, SOHCAHTOA, Pythagoras. Solve for 1, 2, 3. We already solved
Number
topic.
one's 5. What? What's 10? 10.
Isn't 1 5?
这个 就是这个 5 and
One is number 1 is 5.
Yeah, yeah.
3 is 11 squared. Oh, yeah.
wait.
Right?
Can I use a calculator?
Oh, calculator, okay.
3 is what?
Who said that? Okay.
2 is 11 squared. Bro, how many mosquitoes are here? God.
Oh, because our door open.
Yeah, I think
Isn't it like close to the winter season? How come there's still mosquitoes?
Okay.
Isn't it winter?
yeah, it's already winter, isn't it? Yeah.
Kaden, what's number 1?
Number 1 is 5.
What's number 3?
Number 3 is I think 8 point something. 8.65.
8.1?
8.66.
We need a more SF. Okay.
8.660.
Oh, then 0, 0, okay. What's number 2?
11, square root of 11. Oh wait. No.
Okay, square root of 11, correct. Because this is 5 squared plus 2 squared equals 36. So square root of 11, very good. Oh, I have to calculate using mine. Okay. Hello guys, how we calculate x? 3 plus 2, which is Jonathan.
11.97.
Oh, here, check here, same.
11.66.
11.98.
12.0. Okay.
What are they? Wait.
How many DPD round to?
3 SF.
11.977.
Yeah, 3 SF, not 3 DP.
3 SF.
Yes.
Never to figure this is for it.
What's that?
It's not-
11.98.
But which is 12.0.
So it's 2 DP.
12.0.
I'm done. I know now.
12.0.
Do we round everything to 3 significant integers?
You need to read the beginning of the exam paper. If they say, oh, round the non-exact value to 3 SF, then you do 3 SF.
If it doesn't say, should we just do 3 significant?
If it doesn't say, you need to follow teacher's instruction.
What if the teacher doesn't say?
Or then you just reasonable one. Okay. Guys,
3 significant.
our question is, how you got the second value? Hey, we got 2 values here. But this method, we just got 1. How we got this another value?
Plus and minus.
Jaden, what's your working?
3.66 minus.
Oh, 3 minus 2.
Oh, I gotta.
Why we do minus? Last week we did like a construct triangle, remember? We sketched 2 triangles. So we have a triangle here. This is also C. So this BC will be 3 minus 2. Guys, this new BC equals 3 minus 2.
Wait, is it official name? This might be my math teacher talk about this.
Oh, official name.
Hey, does that sound-
Official name, you can say that's about the sine rule. This case okay, guys, we try the third way.
He said it was like something case, like that was the name.
Yes, I can tell you. Guys, the third way will be the official name. All right, ask. It's called
Something case? Ambiguous case. Oh, I remember that. Oh yeah, that sounds.
ambiguous. But that's for sine rule. Guys, for example, sine C over sine rule sine C sine C over C, sine B over B. That's like a sine rule. So sine C over 10, sine 30 over 6. So angle C will be calculator. Oh, there's a bad calculation.
56, 5 over 6. Yeah. 56.44. Oh, wait, no. 56.4.
Oh, 56.44. Good. Anyone remember last week we learned?
2, 3, significant figures. Every time.
What's the other one? Anyone remember we learned last week?
Use 180 minus that.
Yeah. Yes.
So in that case, it's 123.6. Oh, 123.556. Wait, that one is good. I think that value. Yeah, but 3 significant. They use exactly. And we just don't forever.
Guys, Why it's called the ambiguous case?
It can be either.
Yes, you got two possible answers. We got two possible answers. Not finished. For this one, what's the angle A? For this one, what's the angle A? Guys, work out the angle A.
Hey, yo.
Oh, angle B is 30 degrees. Angle B is 30 degrees. You got the angle C. How about the angle A? Why we need angle A? Because we try to find the DC using sine.
We do. -3.56. And 26.44. Yeah, Mickey. You. 26.44. There you go. What's happening?
Sam,
Yep.
by any chance, do you have a son who went to the Taranga Jazz Festival?
We don't discuss that part.
What?
Discuss. What part?
We focus on mathematics, not music.
I thought it was like it's not like.
Okay.
They make fun of this eye shape.
To work out the angle A, just 180 minus 30. This is B minus. So we have
93.5.
the other one, 180 minus 30 minus 123.56, 26.44.
Yo.
Now, if we revise sine rule, sine 93/56 over x. Oh,
Wait, was it exam? Do you have to do both? Do you need to find both of them?
That's the last.
if you have two answers, sine 30 over 6. Guys, try to work out x. Sine 26, that's angle A over A. Sine 30 over 6. What's x? Hurry up. This single question, we revise a lot of stuff. Pythagoras, SOHCAHTOA, sine rule, and cosine. This is a very good question.
1.074.
Oh.
So this is. Why did it drop say syntax error? Huh? What is that syntax error? Wonder why. No, I think that there for me too. What? Oh wait, no, it doesn't. 3.00. 0.05. I just. Huh? Oh, what? Right? Times on the 1-to-1.
That's not much.
I can tell it's not right.
I gotta think of what you get.
I don't know.
Hey, what?
Hey, no talking. We need to focus on the question.
You got 11.9. 11. Wait, is this right? I got 12.0. Is this even right? Why is that right?
11.966.
Yep, so
Yeah.
12.0.
It's 12.0. Yeah. Next one.
Oh, six, what?
Sine
6.44.
26.44. 26.
What?
0.777.
Wait, 1.66. What? What?
I
1.6.
got 5.34.
Grammatics is changing.
Hey, just calculate on. X1 just gave you 11.97, which is 12.0. This one just gave you 5.34. That's a very good question. This question harder than normal school exam question. Huh?
Wait, is it sine 6 minus 6.44? Or 3 sine?
Oh, it's 26. That's the angle here.
It's sine squared 6.44.
That's like sine A over A equals sine B over B. We try to use sine rule. This question, everybody need to redo it. Why? Even now, we need to redo it. Because in year 11 syllabus, we learned a special type of number, initial S. All right. A special type of number start with S. What's that? In the school exam.
School exam.
Which kind of numbers?
It's
Square. Special number.
SU.
Surprise.
Surprise?
Third. Oh, okay.
Ah.
Oh, third.
Special number starting with X. Special number. Exactly.
Okay. Now we redo method 2. Number 1, we got 5. Okay. A, you need to put the calculator aside now. Number 2, we got the square root of 11. What's number 3? 8.
Well, I think I'm gonna do that.
Number 3. Guys, this triangle, here's 5, here's 10. Here's number 3. What's number 3?
Oh, 75 squared.
Oh, yeah, square root of 75.
So 5 square root 3.
5 root 3. So the answer for X could be 5 root 3 plus root 11 or 5 root 3 minus root 11. This type of answer called exact values. We didn't wrong. Okay?
Can we just write x equals 5 root 3 plus minus?
Yes, we can.
Which one are we going for?
I'll just move this order. Their page number right bottom.
Do I have like is this the page number or is that the page number? What?
What's how many
Is that page
pages?
number or is that page number?
It's these answers, yes.
I suppose that one.
Oh, okay, that's all.
We're now putting in the quality is the final.
Wait, can I
Yeah,
want to see that again.
Oh.
That's.
Oh, we check音译课的知道，音译课的啊。
Is that including or not including?
Find the R.
Yeah, find the inequalities that define it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Does it is it larger equal or just larger than 2?
It's the one.
Yeah, but you need this different weights.
Let's check a document called the less words.
Oh, okay.
So
Yo.